guys, welcome to In My Bag for 2021, or actually my first in the bag, so that's exciting. I'm gonna show you what I have in my bag right now. I have my bag kind of set, but this is the bag I use for my home course, so let's see. First of all, let's start with my amazing new bag. I just got this. It's the new BB1, so it's a new color as well. It's black. So here it is, the black version. It's kind of great. It has my name on it and the logo at the front there. Let's start with my putters. I have a lot of putters in my bag. This is the putter I'm using right now. This is the putter I use on all the short putts, I guess from 15 meters and in. And I actually have this one that I use when it's further away, like 25 meters. It depends on where I think I could putt from. I guess the only reason why I do that is because I don't want to have this one getting ugly distance, and this one I actually have at the top pocket with my putting putters, just in case. I don't know, I like to have an extra. My PA4, I use this mostly for my forehand upshots. I get a nice flip up and it has a ton of glide, so I love this disc. I have my own signature disc in my bag, so this one. I use this for straight shots. This is my main throwing putter. I also have this sick P Model S Duraflex in my bag. I put this one in my bag a few weeks ago. I wanted to try this one versus the PA3. They are kind of the same, and I like to have few molds in my bag, so I think I want to choose one of them for my season. But I guess I'll go for the PA3. I like to have it in my bag. Maybe I can keep both. We'll see. So my last two putters is PA1. I have the Sepapayu PA1 500 plastic. And I have a beat-in 300 PA1. So I use this kind of like close to my PA3, but this is a bit more stable. I typically use this one when it's a bit more headwind. Yeah. Okay, so let's go over to the A series and my mids. I actually don't throw a lot of mid-range. I guess that changes when I'm at some other courses, but right now I actually don't use mid-ranges at all. So I have these two, my A3s, and I love them so much. This one is new. I got it before Christmas sometime. I guess, when it released. And it's a bit more overstable than this one. I had this one in my bag last season, so I can get a lot of distance with this A3. I can throw this disc really hard and it won't flip, but it will go straight for a really long time. And I use it for a lot of my forehand upshots and a bit longer upshots. And this one is when I have to trust the fade a bit more. And I do have a A2 in my bag. This one is the A2 I've had in my bag since I started playing for Prodigy. This disc is overstable enough for me, and I use this one if I have to know it fades and if I don't want to throw it as far, and if it's a lot of wind. You can trust the A2 for sure. For my mids, I have two in my bag right now, but as I said, I don't use them as much. I have a M3 Glimmer 400. This is starting to fly more like an M4 for me, but I love M4, so this is actually the reason I have this one in my bag right now. And I also have an M4, but this is more understable than the M4s I've been throwing. I have to put it in a lot of hyzer and it flips up, goes dead straight. So it's a really good disc to have. So I have them in my bag for now, and we'll see if they'll stay there. So for my fairway drivers, this is actually the discs I use the most. Let's see. I'll start with the most understable disc I have. It's the Vinyl Immaculate F2. So this is one of the first discs I got when I started throwing Prodigy. It's an understable F2. It's not like a normal F2. And I use this for all my flip-up Annie shots in the woods. So this is a great disc to have in my bag. I have a F2 in 400 plastic. So this is more like a normal F2. It goes really straight for me, but it has a fade at the end. And I use my F2s mostly around 80 meters or so, 90 meters. I have a F Model S as well. This got in my bag a few months ago. And of course, I have the FX2. This one is in 500. I had this in my bag last season and I will have it in my bag this season. It's getting kind of beat in, but I have two of those. I'm trying to use them both so they don't get as beat in. I used this disc for like 80% of my shots at Nationals last year. I decided to play safe. I used my FX2 on so many shots. It turned out great. I was really happy with my game plan and I felt really confident about my play and it worked out great. My putting wasn't the best that weekend, so I'm really glad I used my safest shots. The FX2 really saved my ass that weekend, so thank you to my FX2. Okay, so last but not least, my distance drivers. I have 5. I have a D4. This isn't really a disc that I use anymore. I loved the D4 when I started playing for Prodigy, but it's a really good disc to have in my bag if you're new, if you're a girl, if you don't have that much power, or you can't seem to get a turn out of your disc. I would highly recommend trying the D4. I have this new D3 400. This run is the run we just got to our shop, and it's a bit more overstable than the run before, so I love this one. This is the disc I throw when I have to get really far. Holds for a really long time, and I get it to turn and fade back. I have a D2, a Seppo Pio Platinum Team D2. This is a stable disc for me. It doesn't get a lot of turn if I don't throw it flat. It's a really good disc in headwind. If I want to have a flex shot, I know it will come back at the end. Also, I use this disc for a lot of my forehands. So if I want to max out my forehand, I use this disc. Or this disc. So these two are my forehand discs. I'm not the same right now because this is an old beat-in D1. This is the more stable run of D1s that I got 2 years ago. And the last disc in my bag is the D Model OS. This is the distance driver that I trust the most right now. I use it when I want to throw hard flat or any and trust it will come back. So this disc new is a really good disc for me. I will probably use this even more when I play an open course or courses where it's longer hole, when I have to throw into a really hard headwind. I highly recommend this disc if you want something you can trust. That was all my discs. I have a Prodigy towel as well here, and I have a birdie bag with the Norwegian flag and my old signature, but it's really, really good. Look. That's insane. I always have these with me. I actually bought these with Eagle when he was here in Norway and we had a tour in Norway. So he bought black ones and I bought the red ones. My hands are always cold, so it's really important for me to know I have them in my bags. If I get cold, I can just put them on. Sometimes I actually use them when it's summer, so that's weird. But I have them in my bag always. Yeah, I have my phone in this pocket here. And I have a rangefinder with me at all times. I started using this about a year ago. I don't use it a lot on my home course, but once I'm at a course where I don't usually play, I use this a lot. So I guess that's it. That was my in the bag. And as always, like and subscribe. I would also appreciate it if you comment and tell me what you have in your bag, and I'll see you for my next vlog.